So we finally got the cover art for all 7 of the Audible exclusive Harry Potter full cast audio editions, and they're gorgeous. I saw them earlier today on my phone, but when I got home, I looked at them on my computer, and there's so much in each of them that tells the story of that scene that it's taking place in, and you're just like, wow, whoever made this art, or whoever groups of people made this art, hopefully not AI, these are gorgeous, and I want full like 16:9 either horizontal or vertical prints of these to maybe make them backgrounds on my phone or computers because they look good. So we're going to talk about them. I'm going to have them up so you can look, but I'm just going to look with you guys and break down my reaction. So first off, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It's gorgeous. It's literally shows the awe of the moment and how Harry feels when they first lay eyes on the castle. Just the, oh wow, that is gorgeous. The castle upon the cliff looking over the lake, and it catches it so well, like just looking at it with the castle reflected. You don't see the castle, you just see the reflection, and you're just like, that castle looks good. I'm sure that castle looks really good. I want to see the castle. But it's gorgeous artwork, watercolor looking. I'm not a big art critic clearly, but I like this art. I want a painting of this. I would love to have just the album arts on my wall. I got a blank wall behind the camera that I can look at, but I like it. Now let's go on to the second one. So Chamber of Secrets, it's the Quidditch match. The Gryffindor versus Slytherin, the Rogue Bludger chapter, and it's the use of reflections throughout all of these album arts is really cool. Like, so in the first one, you have the castle reflecting. In this one, you're not looking at Harry Potter. You're looking at Harry Potter through the snitch, the reflection of him in the snitch. And then in the background, you have Malfoy chasing after him. You see the bludger in the corner, and it's just the artistry behind this is fantastic and looks so clean. It makes me happy how beautiful this is. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, Prisoner of Azkaban. I really like this one too. And once again, reflections. So we're looking at Sirius in the Charms Tower with the reflection of Hermione and Harry on Buckbeak trying to break him out. What's cool about this one is not just the reflections, once again, but the nod to the original Scholastic cover of Prisoner of Azkaban, where it's Harry and Hermione on Buckbeak going to save Sirius from the tower. So I'm very partial to this one. This is probably one of my favorites. It took me a second though to figure out what was going on because of the use of reflections, but it's really cool and basically tells you what is going on without like just flat out, they're like, okay, so there's a man behind a window about to be murdered. Like, is he peeking through the window? And then you look at the reflection and you're like, no, they're on a horse bird thing. Okay. So if you didn't have any idea what was going on in the story, I'd look at that and go, this looks interesting. What's going on? Is the man the prisoner of Azkaban? So cool. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. So once again, it's not as prominent, the reflections going on, but we do have the reflections on the cup. You have the Tom Riddle Sr. gravestone. You see the graveyard. You literally see Cedric Diggory and a gravestone within just a look, and you're like, you know what's gonna happen. If you've read this book, you know what this scene is leading to. Kill the spare. But it's good. I do not dislike any of these album arts at all. I think they're perfect in telling the story and just very artful. I love the use of the reflections, as I've said for the past 3 covers, but it's cool how much it tells without just blatantly saying, hey, look, this is what's happening. And then we get Order of the Phoenix, which the lighting in this is so cool. So once again, reflections, you have Harry's face with his glasses, and you have Voldemort in one eye, Dumbledore in the other, and Harry's just watching. You have the green on one side of the face, the red on the other, showing the dichotomy of, Harry throughout this book is feeling. He feels like, I need to be the hero, but also at the same time, am I a danger to my friends? Like, it's just the struggle that he goes through with basically, life goes on. Like, I know what happened. No one believes me. Am I hurting the people I love? Is it actually Voldemort working through me? It really kind of sums up the whole book. Just, know the feeling, the torn between good and evil. Granted, he's not evil, but he's just torn against helping and torn against, sitting back and trying not to cause problems and make things worse. I think it works really well. So is it just me, or does this Draco Malfoy in this picture look like Tom Felton? Like I'm getting like, hey, we took the Half-Blood Prince movie scene and just tried to like turn it into an art piece, which is exactly what this is. You have the reflection of Draco Malfoy, you have the reflection of the Dark Mark above the astronomy tower, and then you have Dumbledore, who technically isn't in the right place. He should be on the other side with the railing. So I'm okay with it, but I think this is probably one of my least favorites. Like the reflections kind of seemed a weird perspective. So this is probably my least favorite one so far. I haven't seen the 7th one, but I think the 6th one is probably my least favorite. And finally, we have the Deathly Hallows cover, which of course uses reflections and shows the Death Eaters within the shield of the statue. You have the scene where Minerva McGonagall is using Piritotum Locomotor and making the statues of Hogwarts attack the Death Eaters. And the look on their faces is, shit, we screwed up. But also, if you ever read the Harry Potter stories and were always wondering, what is tartan? Because clearly McGonagall really likes her tartan because she's either wearing a tartan scarf, she's wearing tartan bathrobe, she has a tartan tin of cookies. Goodness gracious, so many things are tartan for her. Well, that's what tartan is what she's wearing. If you're ever wondering what is tartan, it's what McGonagall is wearing in this picture. So she didn't even change out of her bathrobe to take on Death Eaters. That's how big of a badass the future headmistress of Hogwarts is in this picture. So that is it for the album covers for the Audible exclusive full cast audio editions of Harry Potter. What was your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. And if you have not seen the recent news for the past week for the HBO series, because if you're watching this, you probably like Harry Potter, whether you like the Harry Potter full cast or you like the TV show and looking forward to it, make sure to check out the video that I already posted of the news for the who's gonna play Voldemort, Daedalus Diggle? Question mark? Or even, did we just get our first look at the Hogwarts Express and is it the same or is it different? You tell me. All right, so that's it for today. So as always, stay marvelous and Nox.